got another one. Man,
we made it to another week, brother.
Man, another episode of Unc and CP Show.
I'm Unc.
I'm CP. We got a special guest. We got a special guest in the building today. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, everybody. My name is Dr. Holly, a.k.a. the Sexy Shrink, a.k.a. Cupcakes, a.k.a. Cinnamon, a.k.a. Rotel if you're spicy.
Ooh, spicy.
We gonna get to all that. We gonna get to all that because that's. I had questions too. I see that. The first thing I saw on the Instagram was Sexy Shrink. I said, "Whew, all right, let's get to the meat and meat and potatoes." You feel me? But how was y'all week this week so far? How was y'all week?
Daylight savings.
Killed.
Yeah, it is not giving savings.
I feel like they took more than an hour. No cat.
I agree. I'm a whole day off.
Yeah, I woke up. I was more tired than usual. Yeah, that joint tore me up. I ain't even gonna lie. What's up with you, bro?
It's doing me good. It's making the work day go by faster. So
Probably so.
I have no problems, no complaints about daylight saving.
Probably so.
Trying to save.
Yeah, that's the hard part, trying to save. Shit.
Every time you step outside, it's about 200,000.
I'm telling you, man. Boy, I tell you, man. This week, these past couple weeks in the city in general, just been just wild.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Before we even get into it, more thoughts and prayers to last few weeks has been some shootings going
For
on
sure.
in the city, mainly with kids, man. Thoughts and prayers to all the families involved, and
Yeah.
seriously, this if y'all hear this, you listen to this, watch this, say a prayer for the city, man, and the people around y'all for sure.
For sure. And all the little young crash dummies. Stay in the house, man. I'm trying to enjoy the summer. I got cookouts to go to. I got plates already made in my head. So come on, please.
Stop the violence.
Stop the violence,
man.
please. Put the guns down, pick the gloves up,
Well,
please.
just stay in the house.
Just do that.
It's all right.
I'm tired of y'all, man.
Like I told y'all young folk last time. I told everybody, get some money, get some coochie,
Amen.
get some money, get some coochie.
Amen.
Go see the world. Seriously.
Yeah, there's a lot more stuff out here than the hood.
Yes.
A whole lot more. So when you apply yourself and you set a goal, you're gonna reach that goal. But
Amen.
you getting distracted out here trying to be cool. And look, the young boys that did that shit. Look at them. All of them was under 20, and they life done.
Yep.
Because of one split bad decision that you made when you couldn't, keep your emotions in control. So that was just a little side note. We just, want y'all to chill out. It's getting hot. It's 70 degrees today.
Supposed to be hit about 80 tomorrow.
Boy, I went outside. I seen chicks.
I've been at work all day, so I know the city was going crazy today.
Boy, you can't listen.
They get 55 degrees outside the city.
Once you hear them ants, it's over.
Yeah.
You come out and say, all right, yeah. The weather breaking, for sure. But let's get into the show,
I
man.
guess, yeah. Let's please, Miss.
I like Sexy Shrink. I ain't gonna hold you.
Shrink.
I'm gonna call her Dr. Holly, but I like Sexy Shrink better.
Okay. That's cool, too.
Bet.
She got about like 8 names. She Puerto Rican.
She said chocolate. She's named every flavor.
Yeah, she Puerto
I
Rican.
said, hey, yo.
With strawberries on her shirt.
Boy.
She's spicy today.
Boy. Came in with the Patron, too.
Kids
My
love
God.
you at work, don't they?
Well, I teach college students.
Oh, yeah, they horny. They horny. Horny and high.
They bring their kids there. That's the daycare.
Believe it or not, no, they're mostly white women who are nurses.
What that mean? It's 2024. You never know.
Okay, well, I'm just giving you the demographic, but you have a point.
Okay, you a teacher. I saw that you're a comedian too.
Yes.
Hold on. She a 2-time award winner.
Man, I don't know the buttons. I don't know the buttons.
Aw,
I don't even know the buttons.
Aw.
First and foremost, I'm sorry. I'm kind of
Listen.
upset you ain't lead with that when you introduced them.
Yeah, talk your shit.
Yeah.
Nah,
You
because
ain't gotta be humble.
Well, thank you, but I try to be, because as quick as you can get it, yo,
You earned
somebody
that.
can come
Fuck
up
that.
behind you. That's true. I did. I've been working my ass off. So yes, I'm a 2-time award-winning screenwriter. I'm a college professor. I'm a therapist. I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm an actress. I'm an improviser. I think that's all the hats.
Black love. All right now.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Mm.
You
Do people?
take insurance for therapy? Because I'm
This
looking to
nigga.
get back to therapy. I'm being honest.
This nigga.
Seriously.
So, no. Long story short, I don't take insurance.
No.
However, there are plenty of therapists that do. So, like I tell those that ask, there's a 1-800 number in the back of your insurance card. You can call it and ask them, you want to list a black therapist, and then give them your zip code, 191.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm assuming you live in the city.
I do, but I
Okay.
actually found a scrolling on the internet a couple weeks ago. I found that somebody put out like 10 phone numbers on websites for specifically like black people for therapy.
Are you looking for a black male therapist? Because I do know a black male therapist who is licensed and he takes insurance.
You know, I'm not too sure.
Okay, and that's fine, because there are some people who prefer.
My last therapist was a black woman.
Okay. And there are men who prefer black female therapists, and there are some women who prefer male therapists. So it goes, but yeah. Okay.
You think everybody should at least once in their life go to therapy?
Yeah, I go to therapy, and it don't necessarily mean that you fucked up or something's wrong. You may need to talk to somebody who's going to be completely objective, who don't know you, who never grew up with you, never had no beef with you, ain't never borrowed money from you. Just give you just their honest, very objective suggestion or opinion.
Right. I know that's been like a stigma in our community.
It is.
Maybe not for like the past couple years. I know Charlemagne, he's the one that's been championing
NBA players.
NBA players and stuff like that.
NFL players. It's definitely decreased, but people be thinking you gotta have something wrong. You don't.
Right.
Sometimes you really can't. Even with your best friends, sometimes they'll hype you up knowing like, girl, you should not go and bust out his car windows. But your best friend will hype up your ratchet shit, and the therapist be like,
I
no.
got an issue with that. Why you gotta attack stuff that costs a lot of money?
I can't speak for all women.
Okay, not all women, but
I can't
There's
speak for
some- the
people
ones
in
that do.
general. When people don't know how to regulate their emotions, the first thing they do is turn to anger, which is everybody's a human's default, right? And so in that anger, it could be that you just fuck up some shit, or it could be you fuck up your own shit, but whatever, or however you express that anger, it just comes out.
Fellas, always argue, and if y'all break up, do it at her house. I'm just saying, depending on who she is, she fuck up her own shit. Hey, I ain't gotta replace that.
Yeah, you're right.
I say argue in public.
See, that's where I'm at with it.
I'm cool.
Argue in public.
Nah.
You how far you gonna go?
That's true.
You'd be surprised.
We gonna find out. We gonna find out.
I say do it at Popeyes.
Well, I'm not fighting over no chicken.
No, it's not the fight over the chicken.
I'm just
I agree
saying,
with
I'm
CP. Do
eating.
it in public.
Nah, I
Just
can't
do it in
fight-
public.
I can't fight that.
I want if we gonna argue, let's argue in front of people. So if you decide to act crazy, you gonna act crazy in front of people. Whereas if we in closed doors, you might. First of all, you talking about do it at their crib. They got home court advantage at that point. They know where everything at. They might fuck you up with shit you don't know is around. 1, 2, you said don't argue at your crib, of course, because your stuff might get broken. 3, you might as well argue in public. That way you'll be messing up their stuff.
No.
You feel me?
I
You
can't
ain't
go
gotta
back
pay
to-
for
I
it.
can't go back to that Popeyes.
It's a lot of different Popeyes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, that ain't the only Popeyes in the city, my guy. Trust me. So alongside of therapy, you also are a comedian.
Yes.
How long you been doing that?
Believe it or not, it'll be 2 years in April.
2 years in April.
Really? You fresh in
Yes.
the game.
Yes.
Okay.
You was a class clown growing up, wasn't you?
I wasn't. I just no, I really wasn't. I got good grades in school, but I always hung around with the people who were clowns and who did goofy shit because I always loved to laugh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that was like my thing.
So like, what was your start? Like, how you get up to like stand up?
So for a while, I had been playing with the idea of doing it, and a girlfriend of mine down in Houston was like, "Yo, I went to her podcast. She's like, you really should do it." And I was like, and it's kind of during a pandemic. So when things started opening again, like 2022, I was like, let me go take a class because I like to learn. So I was like, let me go take a class. Took my first class at Helium, and I was like, okay. Did my showcase, and I have just been going ever since. And it's just been a fun thing. It's been a fun outlet, and it was a hobby. But then I started getting like paid. Now this year I kicked off my own sponsored tour. I travel, getting paid to travel and doing shows and festivals. Hell no, hell no. Way before Cali was like, oh, I financed my own. Haven't done like my own special, but I do believe in like, Philly is great. I got my star here on Philly base, but I do believe in traveling and meeting other comedians and going out into other small and big cities because man, I've just been learning a lot on the road and just how other people operate. So,
question for you: ever heard of the comedian Top Flight?
Yeah.
It's my cousin.
No. Family.
What? Shout out to Top Flight.
Yeah, sure. That's my man.
Oh my gosh, leather jacket, a cap, and his IG. Because I know the look. The look is so tough. It's giving like fines. You know what I mean?
Ever any of your shows?
No, I have not had the pleasure. But Top Flight, I'm coming one day.
Yeah. I'm gonna remind
you heard it here first.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
I love supporting other comedians. I mean, I think that's major.
For sure. What I was about to say something about comedy.
What?
I forgot.
Ask you about the. Give us your top 5.
Yeah, we can start that.
Do they any top 5?
Don't matter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Easy. Let's start off with Adele Givens. I love Adele because I'm not a clean comic. I don't think I'm raunchy, but I'm for sure not a clean comic. And I love the fact that Adele is like, I'm a fucking lady. You know what I mean? And I just remember that growing up watching Def Comedy Jam, like that was her tag. That's what she was known, and I just always stuck with that.
Gotta have a tag.
Shout out to Adele with the lips. I love you, Bookie. I love you.
See, that's the default. But for me, Miss Adele, I'm a fucking lady, so for sure Adele. I rest in peace, David Arnold. I don't know if you guys know about him, but David Arnold, what I loved about him was that he was a great storyteller and he made you laugh.
Right.
I don't think that he told jokes. I think he just told funny ass stories. And it just reminded me of like my dad. He's David Arnold's also from the Midwest. So I just resonated with him on like so many different levels. So I was crushed when he died.
And it was sudden too.
Yeah, like out of nowhere. I love Tina Fey. Cause she's just white and quirky. She local. What'd she say? I'm sorry.
Local? What she played in a movie?
She from Upper Darby. Tina Fey from Saturday Night Live.
You know who Tina Fey is.
Okay, all right. Now
white woman glasses.
I'm getting that.
Yeah. I think the white thing threw you off. It's all right. I'm a big SNL head, so I'm gonna go again for another SNL person. I love Kirsten Wiig because I do improvising work, and I try to play different characters. I also sketch write. I study, those people a lot. I also like Melanie Camacho, again, going back to the early Def Jam days. So a lot of people I'm naming, you kind of got to be in that era. And then last but not least, another white, I would say sketch artist, improviser I watched growing up very heavy was Tracy Ullman. I don't know if you guys, probably not that old, but I'm over 40, so... I'm just really into people who can step in and out of like characters, who are very good with like writing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be jokes, but like sketches and telling a story.
So you love Martin, didn't you?
Martin Lawrence, like the show, or him as the actual comic? Comedian, yes, definitely loved him as a comedian. I think the show was an excellent show, yes, for sure. But I think I enjoyed him most on Def Jam.
Okay. I get that. People tell me that about Chris Rock. I mean, not Chris Rock. Chris Tucker from Def Jam.
Really?
Yeah, his little Def Jam.
I ain't gonna lie, I like him more as an actor.
Yeah, me too.
I do too.
Cause like, how when we talking about that, I feel like if we gonna talk about you and your comedy, it has to be. I think you gotta have multiple jokes that stand out.
Okay.
To where as though like once you say somebody's name, I can think of something.
You can say at least 5 off the top.
Like when I think of Chris Tucker, I think about the one joke he did on Def Comedy Jam
With his mom.
with his mom.
Right.
Other than that, I can't think of nothing else.
No, the Michael Jackson joint too. Michael Jackson was a pimp.
That too. That too. Yeah, you're right. That too. That too.
Yeah.
Like other than that, I can't think. And with Martin, it's like Martin, he was the host of that show, so he was on there every week. He had new stuff every week on top of his show, on top of his comedy specials, on top of his movies and stuff like that.
I loved his crowd work.
Oh, for sure.
Martin
For
Lawrence
sure.
was great with the crowd.
For sure. So you said you are a big SNL fan, so that means you like In Living Color as well, right?
Oh my God, yes. In Living Color, first and foremost. First and foremost, because you saw people who looked like us,
Exactly.
right? And I just remember rushing home, making sure that I turned on Fox to watch, SNL. And then we would go back in class and try to mimic or talk about the skits and stuff like that. That was just like, you lived for that. And every time Michael Jackson came out with like a new video, SNL or, Living Color always mimicked it. Right. Or if it wasn't Michael Jackson, it was MC Hammer. Right. But they stayed for it. Vanilla Ice. I mean, oh my God. And Living Color was just way ahead of his time. Way ahead of his time.
Do you think we could, because I feel like, or let me ask you, do you think there could be another like In Living Color type situation now? Because I feel like there's a lot of like talented comedians out
Kind
there.
of got it with The Office.
No.
You ever watch The Office?
Yeah, I watched The Office.
I wouldn't say it's like,
Not exactly, but I think it was like, cause I think you could put it in the same conversation with Living Color.
I just think it's different because it's sketch comedy.
So,
Yeah.
no,
that's-
I don't think another Living Color could come out because people are way too sensitive. And I don't think that's in particular generation or age. I think it's just people in general, because those things were not made fun to punch down on folks. It was just made fun to like make you laugh, especially with the way of the world during that time with so many wars, things was going on, a crack epidemic, so many things. And we're still going through a lot of shit. So it's like now you got to kind of pick and choose how you can laugh. Because if you laugh at something that somebody else is offended at, then now you the problem, right? And if we're making jokes or just fun of shit like that we find funny, somebody is going to always find a way to be offended. And I think the internet is fucking it up because guess what? I had to call you on like a rotary dial phone with a long ass extension cord, be like, yo, did you just see Sideshow Bob? Or wait till I got to school the next day. Now we posting shit on Instagram, we making videos, we're talking about it. So now everything is coming at speed light for somebody to get offended, or we remixing something that somebody said, taking it out of context. So nah, I don't think so. Or it could happen, but it has to be kind of like private, where you got to kind of have like access to it and be a certain. I don't know, but
Right.
I don't think it's gonna
I
happen.
feel as though it's happening now, in a sense, with comedians that's blowing up from social media.
Okay.
Desi Banks with his skits. Lou Young is hilarious. Desi's hilarious. Drewski is definitely hilarious.
Country Wayne.
Country Wayne. I think he's like the top of the top when it comes from comedian that came from social media, because with his skits on YouTube series and his own specials, movies now that he got, him and Haha Davis is another
Okay.
one. But I think it's starting to come around, because they do act out a lot of stuff that happens like out in the world. Like I saw them do Diddy skits. I saw them do like frat house skits, see them do stuff that's real life stuff that could be, I guess.
Okay, so let
would
me
make
say
others
this:
feel some type of way.
I don't think people today could do two men on film the way In Living Color did it. I don't think that they could do Antoine or the homeless guy that Damon Wayans played, because these quote unquote characters are now having people be more sensitive because of how they may identify, or the homelessness crisis. People will find a way to be offended. Think about the principal on The Living Color, paid by, I think he was David Allen Greer, how he had the one big shoe. So now we're talking about people who may have a disability. So now you can't make jokes about that. So people are going to always find a way. And again, comedy isn't about making fun of a particular group or people. You're just making an actual funny or joke about some shit that you just see. That's your real life fucking experience. That's all it is. But people will find a way to be offended.
For sure. And I'm starting to notice that. Like I've seen this 2024 is the year of bringing out people out of their closets.
Okay.
And it's definitely the year of being sensitive. I don't know. Did you see the Mike Epps and Shannon Sharp situation?
I did.
How did you feel about that?
So as the disclaimer, I ain't on nobody's side because people, none of that shit pays my bills, right?
Right.
But I think Mike Epps did it to kind of get promotion for his new stand-up and try to sell some tickets because the man clearly lied because Shannon Sharp and him had a conversation based on Mike Epps saying, hey, why you even put me on your show?
Right.
Right? So it was like, why would you do all that and then make it like it's a beef when it really wasn't one? And something I could think of is because he had a stand-up coming out. He wanted to sell tickets.
I would say, well, Mike Epps did what he did to start it off. I don't think he was starting a beef. He did it as a joke, like we was just referring to, because he announced it like during his tour that he's currently on. We the Ones tour, I believe it was that one.
Yeah,
that one. And Shannon Sharp, he been getting attacked lately since the Cat Williams. So I think he had an emotional moment and took it the wrong way, because like Mike Epps a comedian. Because even on the second response video Mike Epps did, he said, "I never called you gay. I was just alliterating, what people been saying. He made a joke about it. Shannon Sharp took it the wrong way, and that's why they had a conversation at our Star Weekend.
Yeah, they did. They had
should've.
they had conversations. I think it's crazy how people are going after Shannon Sharp for just doing his job. He not creating a platform for people to go on and like, had these comedian beefs. Cat Williams was defending himself from previous guests coming on.
He had all the right to do.
Exactly, right? So why are we mad at Shannon for just having his own space? I don't see nobody, picking in the Shade Room or the Breakfast Club.
You know why? He's a black man doing his own. And doing a very good job at it.
I agree.
People don't like the truth.
I agree.
Especially when you're bringing their skeletons out the closet.
I agree. I'm 100% in support of people using their platform to just do what they do. But at the same time, I don't think people should get mad at him for using his platform for how he's using it.
I agree.
Unc killing the game.
Yeah, he is.
No, for sure.
Exactly.
Game,
Sure.
Exactly.
He's showing how one podcast, one episode could just take off. Take off. You just gotta have the right formula, and whatever that formula is, nobody really ever know.
You think it's him being famous?
Honestly,
He been building up his own.
I think that episode
Oh,
took
wow.
off the way it took off because us as a people, we like mess as long as it's not our mess.
We don't hear,
You know what I mean?
We don't usually hear from Cat Williams either.
And so, no, we hear from Cat Williams all the time. Cat Williams don't never have this platform. If you listen to all the stand up that he does, he always is alluding to like Illuminati type of things.
Yeah.
And so you listen to it, you like, whatever. But once he start putting names to it on a public platform,
Naming the stuff that's been transpired with them people.
on top of Shannon Sharp being who he is, because he liked it. He instigated a little bit. He instigated a little bit. And so like I said, like I think everybody in the world likes mess as long as it's not our mess. So they seen that, and I think that's just what took it off. But I don't think you can have that every single episode, because I feel like every episode after that
It's been good.
been regular.
What about Monique? They said Monique's was a little spicy.
I don't think hers was.
I feel like she said the same thing every episode. Tyler Perry, Taraji, baby, listen, babe, it's the same thing every single. Okay, Monique.
I agree with the
Okay, Monique.
The gatekeeping thing that's going on.
The gatekeeping, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think D. Ray Davis gave us $1 million worth of game. Shout out to Gillian Waller.
For sure.
He said, it is some type of form of gatekeeping once you get to a certain level of success, because it's like you got to be cautious of the chances you take of bringing somebody else along, because they could do something that fuck around and tear down, what you built to where you got it to a point in your career. So it is some type of form of gatekeeping. But he also was like, no, we do still need to find better ways to help, lend a hand from afar to help somebody else jumpstart their careers and opportunities too.
Yep.
Sure. And one thing that Cat Williams was saying in the interview, he was talking about how a lot of the older comedians are like hating on the newer generation.
Yeah, they are.
So like,
Why
do you think that is? Why you think it's like that?
So I think it's going both ways. I think the young is hating on the old, and the old is hating on the young. Yeah. Well, being in the mics and the shows, I see it. No, I see
Really?
it. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you somewhat of an example. The older comedians are hating on the youngers because again, the social media, they would have come up and be like you said, social media comedians real quick. They didn't have to do VHS tapes or go to LA, New York, travel, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then the younger comedians like hating on the old heads, like y'all need to get out the way. Y'all all retire, like make space or pull us up because we trying to, get in the game too. So I think both sides have a valid point, but what we don't get as black people is that America is a capitalistic society and there's room for everybody. But if you keep acting like it's a crab in a barrel, do you know how many other crabs are actually making it out the barrel?
Preach.
You know what I mean? So
preach,
it's like
preach.
I don't gotta be like, oh my God, I gotta get on TikTok because I gotta beat this younger comedian. I'll be funnier to them. First of all, comedy is so fucking subjective. There are people who don't find me funny, and guess what? I don't give a fuck because I find myself funny, and I actually do have a following, and I'm good with that. So that's who I'm going to appeal to, right? And then if somebody don't find you funny, but you still do what you need to do, you could reach out to an older comic and be like, yo, I find you funny. I look up to you. Or I just like what you do. Can you mentor me? So I think it's a matter of trying to come together in some sense and not look at like one of us has to be there, whether we're young or old. No. No.
But it's only in our culture.
I understand that, but we have been conditioned to that type of thinking, though.
That's true, but there's so many examples now and today that shit. I think that curse, that condition should have been broken a lot more years ago.
It should have been. You're right.
You could get on your phone and just see so many more blacks coming together and being successful together. Like it don't make no sense at this point. It really don't.
No,
That's
it
like,
don't.
I feel like everybody wants to be the star.
So here's the deal. If I am in Hollywood with you and you have access to somebody in your ear who's giving you more money for you to do what you want to do, you're not going to think about pulling me up. You're not going to think about pulling me on. You're going to continue to work with that person who is gatekeeping you there. You're not going to think about me. Because at this point, you have all this access to other stuff that they're giving you access to. They're not saying to you like, oh, I'm so-and-so with the Purple Cup girls. Let's go do XYZ. They looking at you like, no, I didn't ask you about them. I'm asking about you. I want to promote you. I want to put you on. I want to make, because we all know that they have their picks every 3 months, every 6 years, every 9 months, every year. And then they do a wash, as I was told by some old heads. So even if you are in the process, you kind of got to be a Cat Williams or a Kevin Hart or people who kind of break away after they have made it and then start bringing people up. But when you in it and you are quote unquote the one for those 3-5 years, you popping and doing stand-ups back to back, you doing movies, who you coming to get? Not when you got an exec in Hollywood in your ear telling you are the one, because we can only have Tiffany Haddish do this minute. Once Tiffany Haddish is burnt out from whatever scandal or she just ain't funny no more, then we go get the next only one black female, and we just keep cycling it that way.
But my thing is, to piggyback off that, you're right, but it's examples of people that was coming up that was bringing others along with them along the way. You gotta fight for it.
You do.
Like you see it in music, you see it in comedy, you see people becoming actors.
Yeah, it's
like
across the industry.
You gotta, because I feel as though if that corporation or that person really wants to get behind you, and you listen, I'm all for it. We can make this partnership 50-50, 70-30, whatever the numbers may be, stuff like that. But I want to bring along this person and that person. Because we are, granted, I may be the best out of the bunch of what we do, the craftsmanship may be, but they trust me, the potential, the work ethic, and everything is there.
Yeah, I agree. But think about what the man just said in Hollywood. They not putting all their money on what potential or what they think could be making it. They putting on what they quote unquote know, right? So if I'm saying to you, if I'm in your ear saying, listen, I got this deal for you, but I'm not pulling your boys or your girls. So you're going to have to choose between that big deal where you can eat and pull yourself up and leaving them behind, or just saying no to the deal and stay where you at with those people. And I ain't going to say struggle, but it's definitely going to be harder. So what do you do? And 9 times out of 10 people picks door one.
Yeah, and then that becomes the part where people say you got to take a risk and a chance in life.
I agree. And that's what I'm saying. You got you a Cat Williams who was just like, yo.
Steve Strauss just said LeBron turned down a $10 million investment deal. for even shoe deal. Before he left for the draft, he signed a $90 million deal with Nike, and it was a $10 million advancement.
But that ain't help nobody though.
What you mean?
Who did that help other than him?
He took a chance, bet on himself.
But I'm saying though, like
He took a chance with Rich Paul too. I'm pretty sure people probably was telling LeBron go a different way with agent wise.
But what I'm saying is, you saying take a chance. I think what the example is, if you have people like, for example, if somebody wanted to pick this podcast up, right, and they come to you, they like, look, I want you, but I don't really like CP. His attitude, or whatever the case may be, but I don't really want CP. I just want you. Now you can take this podcast, you can take it over there to iHeart, and they can blow it up, and they can turn it into Gillian Waller, whatever you want it to be, but they don't want me. So now you have to choose whether you're going to take that and better yourself, and then maybe bring me along later on, or you're going to choose not to and just be where we are right now.
Exactly.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah. That's the only choices.
And
That's the risk.
You know how I rock, though. You know I'm a
no, that's not. But that's not the point, bro. That's not the point. I'm just saying.
That's not the point. But I get where you're coming from.
That's the thing. Like, if and for me personally, like what Kevin Hart did with his circle is kind of what I would do. Kevin Hart went out on his own. He became big, and then he went back and brought his guys.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I still think there's loyalty, but it's just going to take some time. Yeah. And I think a lot of people be on something like, oh, you big, I should be big too. No, bro. Like, you might not even be as good as me.
Yeah, but then.
And you know what? And sometimes it's not even about the talent, because Lord knows there are famous people who are just not talented.
For sure.
Right?
For sure. For sure.
I understand that shit.
But just the relationship that you have, because I'm pretty sure Kevin Hart had the Red Cup Boys open up for him before he got to where he is, like his show, stuff like that. But just still keeping these people with you in the loop and working with them in some capacity, building that community. Because in comedy, you got community, you got cliques, and then you got camps, and they are 3 different things.
What's the difference?
So I'll just say this: in community, you got comics who will share, like, "Yo, I know this spot, or this person doing the show. Here, go do this, go perform. I ain't making it tonight. Go do this. Let me put you on. Let me share." That's the main thing. When you in a camp, it's who you have in your circle, right? But it's like we not even equals. One person is always quote unquote better or bigger than the other, but we in the same camp.
Right.
Cliques, it is no honor among thieves. We just good for right now to go and get this one hustle, and then next week the whole clique could just be totally somebody different, with one person being the same.
With something like that last year.
You're so personal.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I run these folks, we do comedy together, but you really not. You're not a camp and you're not a community. Y'all just clicked up to go and just do, a couple mics, couple shows here and there, and that's really it. And you would stab a motherfucker in the back. You would do a crab and barrel. You definitely ain't sharing shit.
Do whatever you gotta do to get to where you want to go.
Exactly. So that's that click.
Right.
That's just nasty.
Hey, listen.
One of my favorite people that I read his books and follow after him even since his music career, 50 Cent. He said, "Yo, the corporate world is just like the streets. It's just paperwork."
That's it. He not lying. I think this goes across all industries. It's not just comedy, music. I think this shit is all. Look, it's like that on my day job. So.
I know that. I see that work every day.
So
I work in education. I know. Listen.
Yeah.
So with those 3 things, you said community, cliques.
So clique is your bottom of the barrel. You don't want to be in a. You do not want to be in a clique.
You do not want to be in a clique.
Then you got your camps, right? Like Cat Williams has the camp. Kevin Hart has the camp, right? But then there are people who actually, I would say, have community.
Right.
They're helping each other.
They're literally, there's no competition. There's different talents. There's shared talents. And we're giving each other and sharing each other resources.
And I bet you one of the best things about the community, everybody's playing a role and starring in their role.
They are. And here's what's even better. Let me give you the cherry on top. I can come to you and tell you and give you constructive criticism, and you not going to take it like I'm hating, because you already know we both got each other's best interests in mind, because it ain't no competition.
It's like a union.
No, it is. Exactly. It's a union. It ain't no competition, because not only that, me and you are 2 different types of comedians. comedians, so how the fuck are we competing?
Right.
Your crowd is different from mine, but we both making this money because we can bring in a whole crowd that likes the both of us individually. So it ain't no competition.
I got a question for you. Speaking of Cat Williams and Kevin Hart, how you feel about Kevin Hart, first wife, ex-wife, going on tour with Cat Williams?
I'm going to see her in 2 weeks and I'm hype. I can't wait. I think let me just say this. I don't know the interlinkings of their relationship because I am not from Philly. I'm just Philly based. And what he did to her, from what I have seen and heard in grapevine, was just fucked up. So however that sister got to eat, to take care of herself and feed her kids, and she's doing it through comedy, I support her 100%. And I bought a ticket. So I'm hype.
All right.
I'm
So
hype.
a lot of people were saying that she had hand in his early work.
She did.
So like, how does that go? Like, how you be making jokes about a life that ain't yours?
Is she considered a ghostwriter for Kevin Hart?
So you know what? Okay, I'll say this. Like me, I'll tell my husband a joke, and he'll be like, "Oh, I think it'd be funnier if you say this, or if you change it and change this." So if I decide to go and do it and try it, we're together. It works. That's just it.
And musicians do stuff like that when it comes to making songs together.
And writing lyrics, yeah, and hooks and shit like that. So it's no different. I think once everything like divorce and all that shit got into it, I personally think he made her sign an NDA because there's no way she shouldn't be. If it was me, and you know how we are right now, be talking more about that whole situation, and she ain't saying shit.
Nothing.
I think it's gonna come out. I think it's gonna come out in this. I think she's gonna start alluding to more of what the hell really happened between them two.
Not if you sign the NDA.
Can't.
You can't.
you're right
Under
about
no
that.
circum. Not a book. Not in no circumstances.
How long do an NDA like stand
Till you
for?
die, ain't it?
Yeah.
Till you die.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing.
Nothing.
Or until you die, or until the person that gave you the NDA die. I guess, right?
Yeah.
'Cause then
Unless they got some type of clause in there where it goes to like the person's heir or something like that, and they over at the state or whatever that thing is that y'all got the NDA on, and they have to upkeep it. But 9 times out of 10, if somebody die, you can lose ships.
right, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Wait till we get to the big level.
But back to your question,
Everybody
I don't
got signed
think
NDA.
so. Her and Cat Williams had a relationship for a long time, like way before
was
we even knew
told
about the
that.
public. Yeah. So I think with her being a writer or a comedic writer, and we not knowing that she actually did stand up, I think she continued to try to pursue it in some type of way and linked up with Cat Williams because they had been friends and stuff for a while. So I think it's great. She
is.
could be
happy
doing
for her.
worse.
Right,
That's
right.
true. I got another question for you. Because a lot of people think Kevin Hart has like fallen off from like his stand-up stuff like that. I disagree.
Okay.
I think you agree with that.
I agree.
I disagree because I feel as though as your audience change and you get bigger, you got to be able to really like appeal to, in the way the world is today, being sensitive and stuff, emotional stuff like that. You got to really be able to craft your work differently to be able to sell out, because he sells out arenas. So I'm like, selling out arenas, he can't have taken that big of a fall off from his early work. And I get it, his early work is like this hood classic. It's like what made him Kevin Hart to get to where he at today. But he put in a lot of work to really get to where he at, to be selling out stadiums and arenas and stuff like that. I don't think his jokes I don't think he gotten worse.
So I think as an artist, regardless if it's again a musician or a comedian, you evolve and you do have to go with where your fans are going.
Exactly.
And just because you sell out an arena don't necessarily mean you got the same crowd of people. You just selling out arenas.
That's true.
And remember, comedy, any art is subjective. I personally don't like his current stand-up stuff, and it's a lot of them on the list that now that they've gotten older, I don't care for that. I just seen some stand-ups, I'm like, okay, this ain't good. But that's just my taste. Like if I go to an art museum right now, there's some art in there I like and some I don't, right? So I think there's that. And then too, I think about Eddie Murphy when I was seeing Raw for the first time, and then as you growing up, you seeing Trading Places. Then next you know, he coming to America. He started to kind of evolve and go down the same thing. So what do we say about Eddie Murphy? He's no longer funny if he does all those things, because I think once comedians get a certain status, they go into the movies. They're doing less stand up, and if they do stand up, then it'd be like, that wasn't as funny as such and such. I just think it shifts into just who they are as an artist.
That have to do with, because being like you said, comedians start going into movies and stuff like that. They step away a long time from doing stand ups and tours and stuff like that. Is that because they don't have enough time to work on that stand-up craft as much as they would? What if they wasn't doing movies?
That's a good question because I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't get into doing stand up as an end goal. I don't ever want to be a famous
You
stand
see
up
yourself on the
comedian.
big screen, right?
Yes, I do because I write. So I see myself producing. I see myself actually acting in some of my things. I see myself, winning more awards for my writing and having shows like It's the Ray. Now, can I do stand up? Sure. It's right now is the way in. This is my gym. I have to do these reps in order for me to build a brand, right? But there are some people who use stand up to say like, okay, they're the way that I think about it, or there's some people who want to do stand up because at some point they want to be a rapper. Think about Hannibal Buress. He did comedy for a while. And now he's totally into music. Will Smith was a rapper. He don't do comedy per se, but then he got into acting and it was a rap.
Hey, Will
You know what I mean? So for some
that's
people,
a different type of beast right there.
no, I'm saying right. So for some people, stand up comedy is the opener, and then for some people, stand up comedy, that's just it. That's all he want to do.
Okay. Yeah, I hold Will Smith to a high regard, man. That's a different type of but he,
Talent,
yeah,
right?
He
Yeah.
different.
He is.
He different.
I mean, him as a man, that's totally different. But his art, his work,
I
yeah,
think
do
he
you
did-
think,
I think
buddy?
He dealt with her the best way he thought that he could.
Man, listen. God bless him
No, seriously.
and everybody else. All right, I don't even want to talk about them no more. I just with the Kevin Hart thing, I feel like here's my thing because you know how we had this conversation about when we were talking about Drake, and we were saying the older you get, your music is supposed to change.
Yeah.
When you stuck in this place, you still rap. You 37 years old, still rapping like you 25. That's when I have an issue. So for me, I feel like you were saying, like all comedy is subjective. I think with Kevin Hart, he don't even talk about the same stuff he did before. So it's not like when Kevin Hart first came out, what was the funny shit that he was saying was what like situations when he was bitching.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Oh my God, his
You know,
dad.
beat your
What?
muffin cap back blue, shit like that. Like I think his comedy now is towards like his family.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's really his subject matter. But then it's like you could compare him to like Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac talk about his family all the time. And that shit was hilarious every single time.
R.P. Bernie Mac, man.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
As though he's the greatest comedian to ever do it, or Richard Pryor.
The greatest. That's a heavy title because I think personally I love Red Fox.
I was gonna say him next too.
Cause I'm a dirty comic, so I get into Red Fox. I get into Richard Pryor, right? I get into Bernie Mac for sure. So I do think those are definitely some of the greatest comics. But I just hate labeling like one person above like all because again, they're all different types of comedians and artists.
Different eras too.
Yeah, exactly. And different
Yeah.
eras. You had Red Fox in the 50s and the 60s, Richard Pryor the 70s and the early 80s, right? Bernie Mac late 80s, early 90s. And these are so many different generations, like the way the world was even.
I have a question for you. Both of y'all actually. Y'all think we could ever see another something close to Harlem Nights with Autumn Black?
Oh yeah, we can
Stars
do
and
Harlem Nights, but no one live in color for sure.
Okay.
I don't know who's want to do it personally. If I ever get the chance, and
Cat Williams ruined it right now.
oh nah,
Cat might have ruined that.
No, he might have ruined Friday ever coming back out.
yeah, he not going.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday's a wrap.
That's
I want to remake House Party.
The
They
right
tried
way.
that.
The right way.
Yeah,
LeBron
no,
tried that.
no. Like he said, the right way.
The right way.
I don't even know why he touched it.
I get what he tried to do. He tried to make it a new era house party, but
No,
in general, honestly, Hollywood in general, I think they need to start remaking the old movies. Honestly,
I
they
agree.
need to come. It's time for some new stuff for
I
our
agree.
generation to have, and
I
so we
agree.
can tell our kids like you was too young when this came out. And,
I agree.
like that's what
The
Hollywood
only
need to
reason
do.
why I want to remake House Party is because one, is probably my favorite black movie of all time. That's one. Two, I would bring back all of the old cast. I couldn't bring back, of course, Robin. Rest in peace.
Or Bernie.
Well, I'm talking about part one.
Part one.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You
talking
want
about
to do House
part
Party
one.
1. Okay.
Right. But you know how kid they both Dolan was in high school. I would focus on maybe them now having children. You know what I mean?
True.
And just doing something. I mean, totally out the box, but it would bring back all of the old cast from a part one, with the exception. Yeah, I've been.
2 was great.
No, they were,
After
and I've
them
been
two,
thinking
I
about it
was
for a
kinda
while.
Shaky with 3. 3
Nah.
was 3 was all right.
Nah, 1 for sure. 2 was like, okay, this is it. We should stop here.
You
should stop here.
ain't like 3. I think 3 was cool.
Yeah, it was all right. I could stop at 2 and be okay.
I don't even remember 3. What was 3?
It was Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was in 3.
I thought he was in 2.
No, 3.
2 was college. The first one was high school. 3 kid was.
2 was when they
married.
was getting chased by the 3 boys, right?
No, that was first one.
What was the second? See, that's how you know he ain't stick to me. What was the other 2?
Second one, kid was getting. Second one was they was in college.
Queen
The
Latifah
Queen
trying to get the
Latifah,
record deal.
the record deal and all
Tony,
that.
Tony. I don't know
They
what you
burnt-
came to do.
They had the big,
Oh,
they had the
okay,
big party
okay.
in the
I'm
library
like-
and shit like that.
Yeah,
The
man.
third one was with Bernie Mac when he told the boy wife.
Yeah, I know you. Listen,
Now Pops couldn't come back in part 1. Bang, bang, bang. Right, he
Yeah.
couldn't come back in part 1. But I got something for all that. If I
rest
ever
in
get
peace,
a
John
chance.
Witherspoon.
Yeah.
seriously. I know one thing. They might not fucking touch Boomerang. I don't want no remake of Boomerang.
they did a show on BET. Well, it was the kids though.
Oh, nah.
Nah.
They ain't.
I was mad they did Coming to America.
Two.
Yeah.
There was no
I
point
didn't
in
get
that.
it.
I didn't get it either.
It was too many years past.
Yeah, I feel like once you get about 15, 20, just leave it alone.
Yeah, I agree.
Surprisingly,
Leave it alone.
because Rush Hour 3 was all right.
Ain't gonna be better than 1 or 2 though.
Hell no. Bad Boys 3 wasn't bad.
I agree. But we should not have a Bad Boys 4.
Well, now they Bad Boys get returned into, I think, something like
Furious. Oh my God.
It better
no.
not, bro.
It is.
It better not.
Because it's son. I'm telling
Name it something else then.
you.
Do some
Right.
Hobbs and Shaw type thing.
Right.
That's true.
Do a
You could do
spinoff
that.
of Bad Boys.
So what do y'all
Well,
think
we
about
gotta-
them
we gotta-
remaking Beverly Hills Cop?
I don't like that either.
I don't even.
Don't touch it.
I love the first 2.
Yeah, don't touch it.
The
Don't
third
touch it.
one was I could watch it, but the
Don't touch
first
it.
2, that's my shit.
Cause it's like,
I was just watching them over the weekend, like that's my shit.
No, Axel Foley for sure.
yeah, man, just
He's a
leave that
fool.
alone.
But if you're gonna remake these movies, if a lot of the original cast of the original movies are living,
Yes,
bring
and
them
that
into-
and
bring them
that's
into
that's
the creative space and the
that's-
producer space
Yeah.
to help
that's.
make something and fuck around and
Yes.
make something else. Honestly,
But
we need
bring
our
the
own
people
shit.
back.
Right,
Bring the
Yeah,
people
bring 'em back.
back.
right.
That's my problem.
Hollywood got the money. Motherfuckers being stingy.
They do.
Where we at on time?
They got plenty money.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Oh, we doing good. What
Yeah,
else
I don't
we got?
know, man. I'm trying to think of something else. I would.
We got 12 Mission Impossibles, so I don't mind 10 Bad
Listen,
Boys.
listen. The Wahites, they go try to get their money as much as they can.
I'm telling you.
I don't care.
Each
Black
Mission
cult
Impossible is
classics
better, though.
should not be touched
That's
after
true.
10 to
You gotta
15,
tell Hollywood
15
that.
20 years.
Shout out to 50 Cent for TV because he's doing a good job. He's doing a really good job with TV. Honestly, with his shows,
But,
the acting could be better in most of the episodes. But
It's the writing is amazing to me. I think
I like the writing.
I like the writing. The acting is mid.
Yeah, it is.
At
the
best.
but the writing saves the acting.
Oh, for sure.
writing
sure.
saves the acting.
sure.
I appreciate
Tyler
seeing
Perry,
and having like new faces and giving new actors that are black just a platform. Even if the acting is
Exactly.
mid,
Exactly.
it's just like I'm just celebrating
giving my
that
people a
alone.
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just celebrating that alone because, Issa Rae got canceled with, of course, Insecure. They renewed Black Girl
I'm
Sketch
so
Show.
upset with
I
that.
was so crushed the way they did rap shit. I'm like, what
You
the
know what
fuck
hurt-
is
what
going
show-
Bring
on?
that back?
Oh, rap? Oh, no. Rap shit is
Y'all know
done.
what show hurt me?
That's what the 2 girls in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Man, I watched that. I watched 3 episodes. I was hyped as shit.
Right.
Shut up. Man, bring that back, man. Y'all some
No,
nice shit.
Exactly.
The show that hurt me the most, I think I know why they canceled it, is Ballers with The Rock. That was on HBO.
Okay.
I'm upset that they took off Survivor's Remorse.
I am too. Well, Brian,
That was a really good show.
bring that back.
That was a good show.
That was a good. That was a good show.
They took
I
it
don't
off
know-
at the
I
good
don't know.
part too.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause
Oh,
I
man.
think Mike Epps just died, didn't he? Didn't
Mike
he die?
Epps?
Didn't he die in it?
Oh,
He died in the show. I
In the show,
ain't gonna
CP.
put that on Mike
In the
Epps, man.
show.
The show.
I'm like, how I missed that? I was on my phone all day. How I missed that? Oh my God.
Yo, no, Mike MC.
Oh man, don't do that to me like that, bro. Boy, I tell you, I just seen it the other day at a bald head. I'm like, he died? Not Mike Epps. Oh my God. So with the stand up, like, have you ever dealt with like a heckler?
Yeah.
How you deal with them?
So I had to stand up in like Toronto, and then I came back and I had to go and do stand up in Tampa.
I love that city.
And I get to Tampa, and like I'm meeting all these like white guys, because if you guys don't notice, but the Phillies summer camp is down in Tampa. Really? Yeah. So I'm meeting a lot of Philly head, right? And they like hype, and so I get up. And like this drunk white guy, when I said I'm a therapist, he was like, "Oh, like BetterHelp." So if anybody who's a therapist knows, BetterHelp is trash, right?
Really?
So yes, okay. And I'm standing on
BetterHelp. We're still like a sponsor deal.
I'll say that number and everything, knowing it's trash. I ain't got send it.
My opinion as a therapist, it has nothing to do with the opinion of Unc and CP. But yes, it doesn't. So give them a sponsor. But most therapists, majority of us who are licensed, don't deal with BetterHelp because of their unethical practices. Let's just leave it there. Ooh. So anyway, so when he heckled me, it was like, "Oh, you're like a BetterHelp therapist." I basically was like, "No, I'm a real therapist," and I shut it down. So what helps me with dealing with hecklers, which I have had maybe two the last 2 years I've done, is that I take improv classes. And with improv classes, they give you a suggestion. It could be a banana. It could be on the beach. And you got to think really, really quick. You cannot be in that thought. You got to act on the spot as soon as somebody give you an idea or a prop or something like that. So knowing to have those cat reflexes, that's how improv has helped me. So if somebody were to heckle me, I could easily use that as like a suggestion and then say something back.
I got a question for you. Talking about improv. Do you watch Wild 'N Out?
I have, but I don't anymore.
Do you feel as though, like, doing the improv that they do, you think they do a really good job at that?
I think the earlier years, I think it was good.
Okay.
I think now is more gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's just, again, subjectively, that's just my opinion.
I agree.
Doing it. I'm talking about back in the day when you had
Cat
Williams, Mike Day, 85 South, Carlos and all of them were on there. I forgot the rapper, Shorty from Atlanta. I forgot his name when he was on there.
Yeah, he always had to cut the designs in his head.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Right. This is way before the Just Hilarious days, but I'm talking like, you know what I mean?
I feel like they took a left turn whenever they started adding social media comics to it, and then I feel like they made a whole U-turn when Buddy got in trouble with the Jewish people.
Right.
Once that happened,
Nick
Cannon got in trouble with the Jewish people. That's when it just.
So what you're saying is definitely how it started to just go downhill.
Yeah.
So now I personally can't get into it after seeing how they started, have done improv for like the last 2 years and looking at it now. Nah.
But do you think stuff like that changes because of the money that's behind stuff?
Yeah, because whoever has the money is pulling the strings. Right. You only have so much creativity.
That's crazy because Nick Cannon owns that.
I don't know how much he owned though.
Right.
I don't think it's 100%. Right. You know what I mean? He could own 85, but that 15% could be strong.
Because let 85 South Show get off of that, Joe. Nobody's watching that no more. Nobody. They are the ones that's keeping that show afloat, and they using that as a platform to bungee jump their stuff, their 85 South stuff. So everybody is just scratching each other back. But
exactly,
I had a question. I always wanted to know this. You know how like every family got that funny person?
Yes.
Every family got that funny ass person. You be like, yo, you funny as shit. You funny as shit. Why don't that translate into like stand up? Like, what's the real difference? Is it the creativity? Is it the actual hard work that you have to put into the craft that a lot of people may not?
I think it's a lot of reasons. Because sometimes you really be like, oh, whatever. Because you may not even think you funny. You just being your natural self. So you're not going to take yourself serious enough to be like, oh, I'm going to go do stand up. Then there's some people that be like, oh shit, okay, maybe I am funny, but somebody else gonna think I'm funny. Cause I don't wanna feel like I'm embarrassing myself cause y'all think I'm funny. Y'all my family. Of course, I've been doing this with y'all for 10, 15 years. We just join on each other. But if I go do it on stage, I may bomb. So somebody might not think I'm funny.
Right.
And then just how some people don't really know to how to go about, you know what I mean, doing it. Because there's a lot of misconceptions like, oh, you got to have an agent, or, you know, you got to go about it, you know, just this one track or this one way. And it's really not like that at all.
Okay.
So like, so is it? So which way would you? I guess because it's different for different people. But what way would you say is the best way to get into comedy for those people that really like thought about doing it before?
Okay, that's a good question. So what I would suggest is I would tell people, one, go to some mics and see if you could get up there and tell some jokes. Now, if somebody don't laugh, or if somebody heckle you or boo you, that doesn't mean that you are not funny. That's just that room. No two rooms are like. You got all black rooms, you got all white rooms, and you got mixed rooms, right? So you got to figure out if you're going to be the type of comedian that is just going to be like the actual comedian for black folks, or you're going to be the comedian that has range. So when you step into a room, you can make anybody laugh. Second of all, if you do a mic and you be like, okay, I could do this, I could see him do this, then I would suggest taking a class so you can learn not only the business side of it, but the mechanics. A lot of comedians that I know, I don't hang with them, but that I know, they don't write. They like to go off the top of their head or be like, oh, I know this back in hand, I'm just telling stuff. Now, I'm not against that. I'm not saying that that's a bad route, but I do personally think that you should write. Because how else are you going to take notes when it hit in one room and didn't hit in the other, right? How are you going to take notes when something just didn't connect, didn't land? How do you know to tweak and twerk that joke, right? So that it can, again, if you want to be the type of comedian that have range. So after you try a mic, you do classes, connect with other comedians, not that you click with, but that you can build a community with, so that y'all can figure out how you could possibly get on some shows or start your own shows, and understand how you want this to work for you, or what it looks like for you. Because again, some people end goal is to be a stand-up. That's all they want to do. And some people are like, no, I want to do film, I want to do acting, I want to write. You know, so it could either be a door opener, or it could just be the only door.
Right. So, my fault. As a black comic, you said, as a black comic, what room would you rather perform in? A white room or a black room?
So I don't have a preference between the two, because I'm going to be honest, I want everybody to buy a ticket.
Right.
I can't just eat off black dollars, and I just can't eat off white dollars. We all know that people with money is fickle in general. We all know that. Black folks, listen, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, listen, it's a graduation. And then you got other people who don't give a fuck what it is. We just spending money, we want to go out and laugh. So I need people who are just into comedy regardless of what day or what month it is of the year. And so for me, I'm also black. I'm educated. I'm a double master's and a doctor. So my jokes, they have a little bit of intelligence to them. They ain't lowbrow. I ain't talking about jizzing in a comment. Now, do I talk about fucking or maybe some sex jokes? Sure, but I don't have a dick, so I can't tell dick jokes.
Right.
So when you come to my shows, you gonna hear some words that you might need a thesaurus for, and you might hear some words that you be like, oh shit, I got that body part right. So again, that's what I mean by range. I don't tell jokes that if you come into this room, you just gonna hear all white boys, you know, with the Superman cut cracking the fuck up, and you just not gonna hear
with the Superman.
Yeah, with the Superman cut, and you not just going you not gonna go into a black room and just, you know, hear people laughing that can relate, you know what I mean, to just smoking weed.
Right.
Because guess what? I don't smoke weed. Right. So my jokes is again for a range of people, because I want everybody money.
Right. Right.
And I'm starting out like that, and I'm ending it like that. So motherfuckers gonna be like, oh my gosh, we celebrated you, we supported you, and now you don't sold out to the white crowd. No, nigga, I had everybody in the room. I had everybody. So when I do get there, guess what? It's still gonna be everybody. It ain't no, let me go work the black circuit. No. And again, I'm not hating on nobody who is doing that, because that's their journey. But I'm letting people know from the dough, that ain't my journey. I want everybody money, and I make jokes for educated folk, for people who are married, for people who are single, for people who have children. I make jokes for everybody, and not just, again, a certain demographic, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
right.
And I feel as though people that say you changed or you sold out for the other cultures or whatever, I think that's people that just...
So?
No. I think there's people that, you know, I mean, I'm quick, you know, I'm quick.
Everybody money green, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody money green, baby.
That's my point.
You feel me?
I'm just saying people that say that is like people that's afraid to admit or don't know, like, yo, you gotta elevate to get to a certain point in your life. You gotta learn and grow.
And elevating don't mean selling out.
Fuck no.
But what it sounds like, now I'm going to therapist mode. When black folks say that to somebody who has made it, what they really saying is, oh, you left the hood. Oh, you left me. So now I'm gonna call you a sellout. That's all that shit.
To them, elevation means subtraction.
Yeah.
When the Unc and CP show take the fuck off, Unc is moving away from the hood. I love. Listen, man, I love my city to death, but I know I can die here.
First of all, you're not the only person who, if they did have the means, that would leave the fucking hood.
I'm gonna come back and visit. I'm gonna put money back into the city and the neighborhoods.
But it's 90% of us. So for people to fake it, like, oh my gosh, if I made it big, I still be. You would not be on Susquehanna and Broad, nigga. You'll be out.
And a lot of successful people would tell you. Jay-Z told y'all, leave the hood. The hood will kill you. Rap Nipsey. We see Nipsey Hussle, God rest his soul, get killed in his hood. We see Chink's drugs. He got killed in his own city.
Yeah, the list is endless.
It's Dolph got killed in his own city. Like it don't this shit, man. Listen, say what the fuck you want. Unc and CP chain. And yeah, I'm there. Right, got my feet kicked up in LA, living my best fucking life, and I'm enjoying life. Y'all tripping, man.
Yeah.
I'm going, man.
Yeah.
It like I said at the beginning of the show, it's so much bigger than the hood. Ain't no way. You telling me I'm getting 6 figures and I'm still living in fucking Alany? Fucking North Philly?
Amen.
What? No, I'm not. I refuse. You can call me a sellout. You call me whatever you want.
I'm out.
What you're not gonna call me is broke.
Hello.
What you're not gonna call me is dead.
Right.
What you're not gonna call me, you call me fake. They'll probably call you that. You call me that, but guess what? I'm secure within myself. I'm secure within all the decisions that I make. So I ain't gonna be worried about
and when
that.
I come back through the city to show some love, show my face, I got security and I'm riding something nice.
Sure.
Nice foreign.
For sure.
Bulletproof, everything.
Best believe though. Best believe. I'm gonna come back to the hood to get some food because that's where the best food is at. No bet. I'm gonna go where the best food is at. No bet. But best believe I'm gonna have security.
Amen.
And I'm gonna move correctly.
Yep.
You feel me? That's all. Man, I don't care about that, bro. I don't care about that sellout tag or anything like that. Like at the end of the day, man.
I'll be here for the cookouts.
At the end of the day, bro, I feel like everybody is doing whatever they trying to do to better themselves.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And bettering yourself sometimes actually will be subtracting people out your life.
Amen.
Because sometimes people can be a hindrance.
Hey, fucking man.
So at the end of the day, I feel like if you don't want to be subtracted, nigga, add something to people's life.
Yeah. It's okay not to be the star, man. Play a role. Listen, the Jackson 5 worked until Mike went solo. Play a role. It's
That's
all
true.
right.
That is true.
Ryan was in B2K. He went solo. It's okay. It's all right. Kobe and Shaq worked for a long time. Kobe wanted his own thing. It's okay. You know, shit.
Yeah, I'm one of them type of people. If that is the case, like if we ever got encountered with that offer and you had to leave me, you know what I'm gonna tell you? Go ahead, take that, brother, take that. Because at the end of the day, I always feel like I don't want to be one of those type of people to keep somebody from elevating. Yeah. Who and what do I always say? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I to step in the way? I would never do that. Because at the end of the day, I would feel terrible if you missed out on an opportunity that could change you and your family's life, all because I was worrying about my ego.
And not only that, if y'all have a relationship where it's community focused and based, he gonna still look out for you anyway.
He gonna come back for me.
No, it ain't even a come back. It's just to say like, CP, what you need? Oh, I got you. You know what I mean? Or what you working on? What you need? I got you.
True.
Yeah, you might be here and he might be there, but he's still looking out for you regardless.
And I feel like even sometimes, like from seeing other shit on the internet, celebrities, like even sometimes that's not enough for people. It's fucked up, but it's like, yo.
But it goes back to what CP saying, that ego.
Yeah, that's all it be. That's all it be. They be feeling like they should be where you at.
Yeah.
Or they feel like you owe them because they put you in a position to get you where it's all, everything is ego based. And I feel like when you live like that, You go off to be disappointed.
Mhm.
'Cause
Or like Unc took
Blocking your
something
own
for you.
blessing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are. Yep. That's true. Like I had just posted last night on Threads, like, yo, don't be afraid to put people on because what's meant for you is meant for you.
You gonna get it regardless.
You're gonna get it regardless. But not only that, sometimes you blessing that other person is that person's blessing.
Right.
Right?
And you never know how that blessing might come back around.
It's always gonna come back around, whether you do it or not. And you're not gonna stop that other person's, whether you think you blocking it, you're not gonna stop it.
Fuck no.
But what it is gonna do though is make you reap what you just
Whatever
sowed.
the higher power people believe in, if something is better for you, it's coming, no matter what.
For
happens.
sure. For sure.
Any updates or anything you want to get to people before we get out of here?
Yes. Thank you. So before we go, I don't
Sexy
know.
Red. What was the nickname? I said Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. Wow. It's like that.
It's the strawberry.
It's like
and the
that.
Red shirt.
It's like
It's
that.
throwing me
I
up.
just need my sparkles. I feel like a bottle girl.
He's a nut.
I wanted to bring a little thanks,
No,
giving
thank
and
you.
say,
Yeah, I'ma take-
hey,
I'ma-
thanks for
we
having
can
me
take a
on.
shot.
For
I'm gonna take
sure.
a shot of this water.
For sure.
You know, I'm on a cleanse.
So is this live?
No.
Okay, so when does this air?
Before the
putting
week
this
is out.
tomorrow. Yeah,
Before the
I'm
week
putting
is
it
out.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, y'all may not know this if you don't follow me, but please do. I am on IG at Dr. Hollies with an S, HOLLYS.
That's gonna be in the description as
Funny.
well.
Okay. So on Sunday, March 17th, I am doing the grand kickoff for my very own mic in Philly, the Manny Young area. Thank you. So I will be hosting this mic.
You love Mania.
I do. How'd you know?
Because I met you at Soma.
Okay. Don't tell my business. We
He
might
about to-
not know who up in here watching.
He about to put the spot on.
Yeah, he is. So, yes, Manny Unc at Kim's Cook Cafe. It is a cafe owned by a black woman.
Oh, yeah, food gonna be good.
Oh, my God. The food is ridiculous. And I curated my own menu just for this open mic. I ain't
much
telling
is
y'all.
it at
Y'all
the-
need to pop
how
out.
much
It
is it
is
at the
free.
door? Oh,
No,
it's
it's
free?
free. It's an open mic
Oh, we'll be
that's
there.
happening.
That's a Sunday, you said?
It's on a Sunday.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah, it's on a Sunday. And so we BYOB. It is a $10 cork fee. So
Bring my
y'all
water.
come out, bring your bottles. It's from 5 to 7 if you want to get on the mic. Signups are at 4:30 in person. We're doing this every second and fourth Sunday of each month. Now, I know March 17th is not the second Sunday, folks. I get that. But I'm a traveling comic and I got some shows going on throughout the country, so I had to kind of push it.
Pop your shit.
Thank you.
Talk your shit.
Talk your talk.
Pop.
Talk.
So
Stay
yes,
on business.
this Sunday, yours truly will be hosting. Now, what I like about this
17th
is
Sunday?
yes,
15th is
March
Friday.
17th.
God,
Yes.
Man, March going by a little bit too fast.
So what I like about this is there are not, if not any at all, black female hosted mics. You may have some say like, oh, let me go and host at Helium. Yeah, but you're rotated. But this one is my mic. It ain't no rotation. I'm black, female, at a black female owned restaurant every second and fourth Sunday of the month. And it's
fire.
my shit.
You said 5 to 7?
Yeah, because
Yeah, you know better
I'm over the
people.
age of 40. Sometimes I don't want to be out 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
I'm 29 and I don't want to be.
Let
out
me
there.
let me
Come
let
on
me
now.
get some day
Come on
shit
now.
popping off.
Yeah.
So this for that day
Day
shit. So
shit
for
is
yes.
better. Day shit
So
is so much better.
oh my gosh, yeah. So take your kids to the park, do your laundry, do what you need to do. Come pop out. Like I said, bring bottles. We gonna have some laughs and we gonna chill. And you still be home when the sun is out.
How about that?
All right, say no more.
How about that?
I'll be there.
How about
Okay.
that,
Wrote it
man?
down. Well, I'm,
March 17th,
I'll talk to
man.
her anyway.
I'll
so we
I'll
gonna-
tag you I'll send you a flyer.
Man.
So we can post it and stuff like
Man, this episode was fire,
that.
man.
I had a blast. Did you
Man.
open your bottle?
No, I'm
You
about
did?
We gotta take our shot. I
Oh,
got
okay.
my-
We
I
gotta-
mean, we
you mean-
could wait. Oh shit,
No,
you
we-
did open
We out
it.
here. We
I
out
got
here
my-
with it.
I got my water.
We could do it on. We could do it on camera. Let everybody know. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because I came to celebrate and bring you some libations because I was so happy to be here.
Take the plastic off
I mean, this is
I'm
just
ghetto. I'm from the hood. If I get cut, I get cut.
North Philly.
21st Clearfield family. You feel me? I'll be at the
Listen.
cookouts. Family.
I've been in Philly for 10 years, but I'm just gonna represent Uptown.
Up top, every day around. my
Yeah, I'm
way.
Where
a
you
little,
from?
I'm a little bougie, so I'm
What side of
represent
Uptown?
Uptown. I'm up the street.
Oh shit, you right there.
I'm up top.
You right there.
I'm at the tippy top.
Crazy.
I'm right off of,
That's crazy.
Right off of 65th and Oregon, Sydney
That's
Ann
crazy.
Street.
Sheltonham and Broad,
Uh-oh.
like tippy top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. At the end of the street. All right, yo. Gay. Cheers.
Thank you for coming. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks
Thank
for
you so
having me.
much.
Yes.
We
Man,
definitely have you come back when you done your tour and
Okay.
when it
got
get
to.
nice,
We got to.
nice warmer out here.
Or we can do something at one of your shows.
I would. Oh my God, for real? That would
Yeah.
be great.
We can do an episode of one of your shows.
Just let us know.
What?
Just let us know.
Yes.
We travel. We broke, but we travel.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know, but I'm loving that in the summertime. Yes, because I'm gonna do a showcase, so it'll be lovely to have y'all. You know, y'all can be like the what they call it, the sports announcers for comics.
I got you.
And the comedians. Oh, I love it.
I say my little one joke, two joke.
Yes!
Yeah, get it right up there.
I love it. Unc and CP, come through.
Oh,
The
man.
Cougars, Unc will be there. You know, I love me some Cougars. I'll be there. Unc will be there. Baby.
All right, man. This is another episode of Unc and CP, man. I'm
Love
CP,
y'all.
man.
Listen, I'm Unc. We love y'all. Stay
We
safe,
out,
stay
man.
prayed up, and
Follow
until next
Dr.
time.
Holly, man. Stop playing, man.
Peace.
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 Good job.